let's talk about something we all think we know inside and out: stress. But what if I told you the most common signs of stress aren't what you see in the movies? Today, we're going to tune out the noise and learn to hear the quiet, hidden signals your body sends out long before you ever hit a breaking point. So, just for a second, what picture pops into your head when I say the word stress? For most of us, it's a pretty specific high-drama image.
Yeah, you probably imagine that classic movie moment, right? The intense deadline, the car chase, the big presentation, your heart's pounding out of your chest, you're sweating. That's your fight or flight response on full blast. And yeah, that's definitely stress. But here's the thing, the kind of stress most of us deal with day to day doesn't really shout, it whispers. It shows up in these super subtle ways that we just brush off as being tired or having an off day. So today, we're learning how to listen to those whispers. Here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at what stress really is. Then we'll decode the body's quiet physical warnings and the signs in our mind and mood. We'll also cover the serious risks of ignoring all this, and most importantly, we'll finish up with what you can actually do about it. All right, let's dive in. First things first, we gotta understand that not all stress is bad. It's a whole spectrum, and knowing where you are on it is key. At its core, stress is really just your body's reaction to any change, good or bad. The Cleveland Clinic puts it perfectly. Our bodies are literally designed to feel stress and react to it. It's a survival mechanism that's hardwired into us. And this is where that spectrum comes in. On one end, you have what's called eustress. That's the good stuff. It's the little jolt of energy that helps you focus and nail that big project. But on the other end, you've got distress. This is the chronic, nagging kind that feels totally overwhelming and just drains you. This is the one that whispers. So how exactly does this draining distress start to show up? Well, let's talk about the body's quiet alarms. These are the physical symptoms that are so easy to write off, but they're your body's early warning system telling you something's up. First up, feeling exhausted and not sleeping well. You ever get a full 8 hours but wake up feeling like you barely slept at all? That's stress. When your brain is stuck in overdrive, it can't get that deep, restorative sleep it needs, so you're left feeling completely wiped out, no matter how long you were in bed. Then there are all the random aches and pains. That constant tightness in your shoulders, those tension headaches that pop up out of nowhere, or realizing you've been clenching your jaw all day. That's because stress hormones make our muscles tense up, ready for a fight. But when the threat is just your inbox, that tension never goes away. It can even lead to stomach problems like heartburn or nausea. You know that old saying, you'll worry yourself sick? Well, it's actually true. Chronic stress basically wears out your immune system. If you feel like you're catching every single cold that goes around, or infections just seem to stick around forever, it might not just be bad luck. It could be your immune system waving a white flag. Of course, these whispers aren't just physical. Now we're going to shift gears and look at how stress messes with our thoughts and our moods, which can be just as subtle. Ever have one of those days where your brain just feels foggy? You can't focus, you forget why you walked into a room, making a simple decision feels impossible. That's brain fog, and it's a classic sign of stress. You might also notice you're way more irritable, snapping at people for no reason. It's because your brain is already overloaded. And often, our behavior changes before we even realize we're feeling stressed. Maybe you start dodging social plans you used to love. Or you find yourself procrastinating on everything. Or maybe you're reaching for that extra cup of coffee or glass of wine to get through the day. These aren't character flaws. They're coping mechanisms for an overwhelmed system. So this is the really critical part. What happens when we ignore all these little whispers? Well, that's when the quiet strain can turn into a really loud, serious health problem. This quote from the Cleveland Clinic just says it all. Chronic stress isn't just a feeling, it's a physical state. Imagine running a car's engine in the red 24/7. Sooner or later, things are going to start breaking down. That's exactly what this constant fight or flight state does to our bodies. And that wear and tear can lead to some really severe health issues. I'm talking about a higher risk of high blood pressure, heart problems, digestive disorders like IBS, a tanked immune system, and a much, much higher risk for serious mental health conditions like anxiety and depression. This is why listening to those whispers really, truly matters. Okay, hearing about those risks can feel a little heavy, I know, but the good news is you can do something about it. This whole section is about simple, actionable steps you can take to listen to your body and get back in the driver's seat. Think of this as your own personal stress check-in. Just ask yourself these quick questions. 1, does this feeling motivate me, or does it make me feel stuck? That helps you tell good stress from bad. 2, is this tied to one specific thing, or is it just always there? That separates situational stress from chronic stress. 3, do I bounce back from this feeling, or do I stay stuck in it? And 4, is it making me sharp, or is it giving me brain fog? Just taking a minute for this can give you so much clarity. And once you know you're dealing with that problematic stress, the fix doesn't have to be some huge ordeal. Tiny shifts can make a massive difference. Seriously, even a short walk can change your body's chemistry. Simple breathing exercises can calm your whole nervous system in minutes. And putting your phone away an hour before bed? Game changer. And this is so important to remember. We live in this culture that tells us to just push through. But reaching out for help isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest and smartest things you can possibly do for yourself. So when is it time to take that step? Here are some pretty clear signs. If these symptoms have been hanging around for a few weeks, if they're actually getting in the way of your work or your relationships, or if the things you usually do to cope just aren't working anymore, it's probably a good time to talk to a doctor or a therapist. So if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this right here. Your body is smart. It sends you these little signals, the headaches, the fatigue, the irritability, long before it becomes a major problem. Learning to listen to those whispers is the most powerful thing you can do for your health. And that leaves us with one final question. Your body is communicating with you every single day. The real challenge and the real opportunity is to just pause long enough to actually hear what it's trying to tell you. So, are you ready to listen?